Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey everybody, how you doing today? Happy New Year to you. I'm here today to bring you an update on the Negasi Zuberi case. So we're going to look at an article from OregonLive.com. It's dated December 5th, 2023, and the writer is Maxine Bernstein. It's titled Lawyer for Accused Kidnapper Negasi Zuberi Decries Destruction of Alleged Cinderblock Cell in Klamath Falls Home. A lawyer for accused multi-state kidnapper Negasi Zuberi says a key piece of evidence was destroyed in the case, the alleged makeshift cinderblock cell in Zuberi's Klamath Falls garage, where prosecutors say he locked a woman inside after abducting her from Seattle. The government allowed a very important piece of evidence to be destroyed, attorney Michael P. Berthoff wrote to the court. Berthoff told a federal judge Monday that he will file a motion to dismiss the case for the alleged destruction of evidence. So he's literally saying he wants the case dismissed because the makeshift cell cinder block was dismantled, taken apart. The property owners got rid of the makeshift cell. Let's keep reading. The cell was destroyed prior to any member of defendant's legal team being allowed to examine it, he said. Counsel anticipates seeking expert advice on the integrity of such a structure based on the available evidence of the makeshift cell, namely minimal photographs. I'm not sure if they could literally take the makeshift cell and place it somewhere like a storage unit or something like that. I don't know how much value it has. I'm sure the dimensions were taken, maybe a video, I'm sure pictures. These are just regular cinder blocks stacked together, maybe glued together with the door, the security guard door. I'm not sure how long they would have been able to store something like this, or even if it was a setup where they could even remove it. I don't know. But I understand somewhat of a frustration that him, as the attorney assigned to the case, he could not go and see it. I don't know how much value it has. I think the bigger focus should be on if he did it, if he abducted this woman, if he held her hostage, if he committed an assault. He has a lot of charges, and it's not based on him actually making the cell. The cell is part of the case, which makes it diabolical, which is evil. But the bigger issue is the abduction, the crossing of the state lines, the R or S assault, things like that, holding someone captive. Okay. The government will offer testimony to connect Zuberi to the cell's construction, Assistant U.S. Attorney John C. Brazel said in court papers, but he did not directly respond to Berthoff's allegation. If the property owners did a walkthrough, took pictures, took video, and this makeshift cell cinder block was not in the property before they rented it, we would have to assume that people that had access to the property, i.e., for example, the renters, created the cell, brought these cinder blocks, built it. There should be maybe video receipts of the purchase of all of these cinder blocks. People may have seen them unload these cinder blocks. These would have had to be put in a car or a truck, something to transport them to his house. So I don't even think the issue is that the alleged victim was put into the cell. Yes, if they're put into a house, put into a trunk, this is still an abduction. It's still holding someone captive. Again, to me, the cinder blocks make it diabolical, evil. It shows a forethought. There was also handwritten drawings of how deep the seal would go, like underground. So it just adds to the government's case against Mr. Zuberi and his mindset of what his plans were. Zuberi, 29, was arrested in Reno, Nevada on July 16th, a day after the alleged kidnapping. He is accused of taking the woman from Seattle after posing as an undercover police officer, driving her 450 miles to Klamath Falls, as assaulting her on the trip and then locking her in a cell in the garage of his rental home in Klamath Falls, according to the FBI. So again, I would be looking at those bigger issues, not just the actual structure creation of the makeshift cell. He has a lot of serious charges to really focus on. Um, I do want to say something. In the past, I have talked about when certain actors want to impersonate a police officer. I can go back and think about Ted Bundy did this. These are generally very deviant, very devious actors, assailants, and this is really the evil when you have someone that's willing to dress and act as a police officer. They're very dangerous. And again, these are falling into the category of serial killers. Again, Ted Bundy, for an example, um, very, very dangerous, using ruses, using the fact that people tend to turn to police for help, may trust a police officer, may go to a police officer, may pull over if a police officer is stopping them, will show a certain level of respect if a police officer encounters them. Okay, so these are very dangerous actors. Um, and I'm starting to see these tend to be serial killers. Okay, um, the woman escaped after a couple of hours in the cell, ripping apart a metal screen door on the cell, sneaking out of a small space in the screen, running from the home, and flagging down a motorist for help, according to the FBI and Klamath Falls police. So the same day that she was placed in the cell, allegedly, Mr. Zuberi was not at the property. He must have left and went somewhere. But she was able to keep kicking, pushing, getting a small piece, just a small screen where she could climb out. She escaped. She got out of the garage. She ran away from the property and flagged down a motorist, a car, someone in a car. She brought the police back to the property. That is how all of it unfolded, okay? So she had a will to live. She fought, she got out, she got away, and she was able to return to reveal to the police what had happened to her and to show them the property, okay? Um, 2 days after Zuberi's arrest on an interstate kidnapping charge, the landlords of his Klamath Falls home, who were the city's mayor, the city's mayor and her husband filed an eviction notice against Zuberi. The notice says Zuberi and all others must leave the rental home for recklessly endangering someone on the property and creating a serious risk of substantial personal injury. Zuberi's lawyer said law enforcement officers took photos of the evidence in the garage of the home and left, but didn't secure the crime scene for any independent examination, and the property owners then got rid of the makeshift structure. Listen, I don't blame them. How are you going to rent this property out or sell this property with the knowledge that this has happened there? They probably wanted this behind them. This is the mayor. The mayor. Okay? This is serious. I skipped. Um, did I skip a paragraph? No. Okay. Investigators tracked Zuberi's cell phone, which helped Nevada State Patrol officers locate Zuberi in a Walmart parking lot with his wife and one of his children. According to a federal affidavit, he was taken into custody after a 45-minute standoff, the FBI said. Zuberi constructed a cinder block cell and used numerous items in the crimes, including a taser, stun gun, handcuffs, a pistol, a cell phone jamming device, and a car, according to Brassel. 2 days after Zuberi's arrest on an interstate kidnapping charge, the landlords, okay, I did skip. I did miss that. Okay, let's go forward. Zuberi's lawyer said law enforcement officers took photos of the evidence in the garage of the home and left, but didn't secure the crime scene. Okay, so I read that. I don't know if it's repeating itself. Let me see. Sometimes moves, okay. Despite Zuberi's interest in keeping his tentative trial date set for next week, U.S. District Judge Michael J. McShane delayed the trial until late March, designating it as complex at the request of the prosecution, a formal finding that allows more time for collecting, sharing, and analyzing evidence by both sides before setting a case for trial. McShane also said he would allow Zuberi's defense lawyer to seek a co-counsel to help with the examination of the significant amount of evidence in the case. McShane assured Zuberi, who wrote to the court of his desire to hold a trial as quickly as possible, that the complex case designation doesn't mean he'll allow an indefinite delay. He said the December date isn't realistic considering the volume of government evidence. In August, Zuberi entered not guilty pleas to a 2-count indictment charging him with interstate kidnapping and transporting a woman with intent to engage in S activity. Defendant adamantly maintains his innocence and points out glaring inconsistencies and improbable allegations in the alleged victim's account, Berhoff said, without describing those inconsistencies. But this is the same man that sat in that Walmart parking lot and tried to unalive himself. If he was so innocent, why would he try to unalive himself with his wife and his child buried in that car? Come on now. In his 2-page handwritten letter to the judge from the Jackson County Jail, Zuberi questioned why is the FBI still investigating? Sir, if you don't know the law, once you cross over into a different state, that is grounds for the FBI to enter the case. They can choose to look at this case as an interstate kidnapping from state. You took this person that was in one state and then you put them into a different state. You abducted them. The FBI can get involved. And because you appear to be highly dangerous, the FBI wants a hand on taking you down. Okay? That's why. That's why. To protect other people, the community, from you. That is why. He called the continued investigation merely a tactic to delay trial and keep me suffering in jail. Sir, you're not getting out. If you have not checked into reality, you're not getting out. You've already tried to escape jail, which they should have moved forward on those charges. You tried to escape from jail, but they set those charges to the side. But they need to bring them back because somehow, some way, you believe you're getting out and you need to be in a maximum prison because you're a danger. Zuberi also criticized the FBI's failure to preserve the so-called makeshift cell in the garage of the Klamath Falls home he rented, writing that it was totally annihilated within 24 to 72 hours of the search warrant executed at the location. I was made famous from this vital evidence, Zuberi said, noting the FBI's public release of the photos of the cell was picked up by media nationally. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. It's not too often. It's not too often that an assailant will be caught and they would have made a cinder block cell at their residence where they reside. They're renting a property. The property owners could come and do an inspection at any time. Someone in the neighborhood opening the garage could have revealed this cell. This is not normal. It's really scary, actually, that you're in a community and you've created a cinder block cell with a security door to hold someone hostage, to abduct them and place them there and keep them as a captive. So, yeah, it's going to be across the news, across the country, into other areas. Yes, people are going to want to know about you. He signed the letter with 3 different names he has used: Sakima L.D. Zuberi, Negasi Zuberi, and Justin Joshua Hyde. Well, which one are you, sir? What is your name, sir? Because you're signing this letter 3 different names. I don't have time for it. So far, the government has shared 230 gigabytes worth of evidence in 7 volumes with the defense, including hours of body camera and surveillance videos. Volume 7 alone contains 853 photos and reports of up to 20 pages each, according to Berthoff. So it's good the church gave you co-counsel. It's good. You're going to need the help. Zuberi's trial is expected to last 2 weeks and include evidence involving his alleged prior violent history, the prosecutor said. Brezzo also said federal authorities expect to file additional charges against Zuberi. The FBI broadened its inquiry, suspecting other alleged assault victims, and has reached out to the states where Zuberi previously lived, including California, Washington, Colorado, Utah, Florida, New York, New Jersey, Alabama, and Nevada. That is a lot of states for someone that is only 29 years old. That's pretty scary when you're moving that much. You may be going from state to state running from crimes. Other victims have disclosed being assaulted, kidnapped, or otherwise victimized by Mr. Zuberi, Brazil said. And maybe that's why Mr. Zuberi is asking for this quick trial, because he doesn't want all of his bad deeds to come out and them to be able to collect multiple victims together in unity against him. Zuberi, a convicted felon, had a gun during the alleged kidnapping from Seattle, according to Brazil. After Zuberi was booked into jail in Oregon, he was accused in state court of trying to escape from custody in August. Though the state charge was dismissed within days, he used an improvised screw-like device to strike and shatter glass in his Jackson County jail cell, according to a probable cause affidavit. He then covered the shattered glass with books and paper in an apparent attempt to hide it, the affidavit said. The device was found attached to his sandal, the affidavit said. This is a dangerous person. Like, they have no grounds to let this case slip between their fingers. They need to tighten the reins on this one. He's a very dangerous person. When I see impersonating a police officer, I'm seeing that as a very, very dangerous. The attempted escape and criminal mischief charges were dropped soon afterward to allow more time to investigate, according to court records. Zuberi also was charged separately in September with an 11-count indictment in Klamath County Circuit Court, accused of first-degree abuse, kidnapping with a firearm, assault, and the menacing of a woman in the county on May 6 before the Seattle woman's alleged abduction. So this is a separate case. So we have this case that we know about with the cinder block, but we have a second case that has 11 charges. Federal prosecutors have told defense lawyers that they may seek a corresponding indictment in federal court and move to consolidate the cases. The FBI has obtained video evidence from Washington, Oregon, and Nevada, seized physical evidence from Zuberi's Klamath Falls home, a trailer in Klamath Falls. His victim was arrested in Reno, and from Zuberi and the woman, according to Brazil. Federal investigators also have examined his financial records, online purchases, and video of purchases. They've also executed multiple search warrants on Zuberi's home and trailer, as well as on more than 10 digital devices, and are examining geolocation data from Zuberi's Honda Pilot, Brazil said. When arrested in Reno, Zuberi refused to get out of his car and injured himself with a knife. At least 15 officers wearing body cameras were at the scene. Multiple dashboard cameras and police vehicles also captured the arrest. In addition, prosecutors have obtained video and audio of Zuberi's conversations with a crisis negotiator before his arrest, his comments while in an ambulance at the hospital and during transport to court in Nevada. They also seized more than 10,000 short video clips of less than 10 seconds each, some of Zuberi talking from a camera system inside Zuberi's Klamath Falls home, Brazil said. Zuberi also has made numerous lengthy calls from jail that were recorded, he said. Investigators have sent at least 35 items to a lab for DNA or blood analysis, Brazil said. If the new March 25th trial date also can't be met, the judge said he'd agree to extend that date one more time and that subsequent date will remain firm. It's pretty scary. If you haven't seen the pictures, please go online and look at the pictures of the cell. You cannot go off the appearance of an assailant. Remember Ted Bundy, he was very charming, very handsome. This particular person, Negasi Zuberi, or whatever name he chooses to go by, he's handsome. We cannot go off of charm, we cannot go off of looks. We cannot be easily deceived. If someone wants to pull you over, for example, go to the closest police station, drive. Use your phone, if you have a cell phone, and figure out where is the closest police station and drive to the police station and pull over there and see if that's a real police officer. See if that person is willing to go into that police lot and pull over and then come and talk to you. That happened to me one time when I was in college many years ago. And they wanted to pull me over. I was by myself about 4 a.m. in the morning, dropping my ex-husband off at work. He's my husband at the time. And I drove straight to the police station because somebody was following me. I wouldn't pull over. I drove straight to the police station and they drove off. And as I told you, we had a serial killer where I live. Somebody was found less than a mile from where I was. Their body was dumped in the trash can behind a Kroger. So you have to be extremely smart, vigilant, careful. So as always, remember, stay smart, stay safe, stay savvy. Be just like this victim. She fought back. She was quick on her mind and what to do, and she got out. Remember, get out, get away, get help, just like she did. She's an excellent example because it's highly likely she would not have survived if she didn't get away. So thanks for checking out this video. I will be back in March to see if they're going to extend it again, if they need more time, or if they want to move forward on this trial. Okay, so remember, take care, be well, all my friends. Have a good night. Bye, everybody. Bye.